everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be diving in to the new Shark. This is the Flexstyle Air Styling and Drying System. So Shark has came out with their own version of the Dyson Airwrap. Did I see it coming? Yes. I'm just surprised it took them this long. That's what I was surprised by. Shark seems to kind of follow along with what Dyson's doing, but at a discounted price. Some people don't like brands that copy other brands, and I get it, but there is a huge price difference between these two dryers. I wanted to test them out and see how they compare. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, you will know that I have loved the Dyson since I got it. So I bought my first Dyson in October of 2020. Fell madly in love with it. I bought it during the Sephora holiday event, so I saved 20%. I think I paid roughly like $4.30 for it or something like that. Fell hardly in love with it. Now, there is a learning curve when it comes to using the Dyson. I have uploaded a full video on how to use the Dyson, so I'm not going to be going through all the steps on how to use the Dyson Airwrap. I will link that video in the description box down below. This video is strictly about comparing the new Shark versus the Dyson and how they compare. Because I've pretty much used the Dyson now every day for 2 years, I know exactly how the Dyson works. I know how my curls wear. I know how they look. And I'm very, very familiar with the Airwrap. It's not like I'm using it every once in a while. I use this sucker every single day. Now, granted, I only wash my hair every 4 days, but every day, just to kind of give my hair some fluff, I will take my Airwrap and kind of fluff up my curls. So I definitely use it every day. It just is something that I've become very comfortable with. I love the Dyson. It's one of the best investments I've made for my hair. I absolutely love it. Now, in this video, I'm going to be testing it next to the new Dyson. The Dyson that I bought in October 2020, I gave to my daughter. So Dyson came out with a new version of it, basically just new tools. And my daughter had been wanting one. She is 19, going to college, and she'd been wanting an Airwrap, and they'd been sold out for a while. Then when they launched the new one, I thought, well, I'll give her the one that I bought in October 2020, and I'll buy the new system. So in June of this year, I went ahead and bought the new Airwrap with the new tools. If you already have the Dyson, the one before the new tools, you only need to buy the new tools. You don't need to buy the new dryer. The dryer is exactly the same. Nothing is different about the new dryer. It's just the Airwrap tools. And the tools are so much better because you don't have to have two for one size, meaning this is the Shark. So the Shark has one of these, okay? They only come in one size, so there's a difference. Dyson has two sizes. So they have this size and they also have this size that's smaller. The Shark only has one size of Airwrap, and they still have the arrows, meaning that the curl, this arrow is the direction your curl will go. So you'll need two of them so that you have one that goes in each direction. Now, there's a few ways to buy this dryer system. You can either build your own, which is what I did. That retails for $249, and you can choose 3 tools of your choice. They also have 2 bundles that are $269 each. They have one that's for straight and wavy hair, and they also have one that's for curly and coily hair. So I do like that there are some options there, and you can also add extra accessories to your bundle. So it depends on what you're wanting it for. I picked, of course, the Airwraps, so I'm going to be using these. I also picked the round brush right here, and I picked the flat brush. This one right here, it kind of has the flat side. I like to use this when I'm drying, as I'm drying. It really helps to kind of flatten the hair and kind of make it fluff. And then I got this tool, which is, you can put it on the tip of the dryer and kind of do like a root booster. I didn't even know this launched. I was searching for something on Dyson and this popped up in my Google search. And it was back ordered for a minute. It took a minute for it to ship, and I got it and I was just shocked. I didn't even know that they even came out with it. Because I've loved the Dyson as much as I have, I know that it's so expensive. It's $600 for the new one. I wanted to go ahead and test it next to this new Shark and see if it is the same and if you can achieve the same results for less than half the cost. So in this video, I am basically going to be doing the Shark on one side and the Dyson on the other. So I basically split my hair in half just to give it a fair shot. I even test the drying time because when you're using the Airwrap tools, you want your hair to be 80 to 90% dry before you use this tool. I went ahead and timed it. I timed how long it took the Shark to dry this side of my hair versus the Dyson on this side of the hair. Then of course, we're gonna test how the Airwrap works and the cool shot and all of the functions and how it compares to the Dyson. But I didn't feel like it would be a real review if I didn't do a time test, meaning that I got done with my hair about 1:30. I'm gonna come back later on this evening around 10 o'clock. I got a ton of errands to run, so I'm gonna be in and out of the car, in and out of the heat. I wanna show you guys how the Shark curls hold up to the Dyson curls. I think the only true way to properly test these is to see how the curls hold up and how long the curls last. That's pretty much it, you guys. That's the intro. Let's go ahead and jump into drying my hair and comparing these tools, see how they compare, and then I will come back later in this evening and show you guys how the hair looks, and I will jump into my final thoughts. So I will see you guys then. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and jump into this. This has finally arrived. I just took the lid off, and this is what's inside. So this is how it comes. Here kind of shows you how to use the tools in here. So the unique thing about this handle versus the Dyson doesn't bend. This one does. So you push this down and rotate it this way. And then you have a dryer, which is pretty cool. I do like that. So the one thing that I'm noticing right off the bat, if you're familiar with the Dyson, this thing right here is the filter and it pulls off. And you clean all around here. It comes with a little attachment that is like a circle and it goes around and cleans. And then this, you take this off and soak it in like soapy water for about 20 minutes. If you don't clean the filter, this will shut off, so it will overheat. What I'm noticing about the Shark is that this doesn't come off. So you'll probably just take a toothbrush and go into and try to get it clean. I do wish that this came off like the Dyson because I can see this being a little problematic. Just FYI. We are gonna test them out now. From this point, I'm gonna go ahead and dry my hair, just like I normally would. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this portion of my hair 90% dry, and I'm gonna use the Shark on my left side, and I'm gonna use the Dyson on my right side, and I'm gonna time how long it takes for each side to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my timer. I'm gonna use the Shark first, and then I'm gonna use the Dyson. And I'm gonna use this tool. So this tool actually snaps on and it twists. It snaps on really easily. It does. It's very easy to put on. Start. Took 2.5 minutes to do this side. It's 90% dry. So 2.5 minutes. I have my beats in because I'm watching. I always watch TV. I always watch like Netflix or Housewives or something while I'm drying my hair. So we are going to reset it. I am gonna do this side. Now I could have used this brush, okay? Or the round brush. I'll use the round brush on the top and compare it to the round brush with the Dyson, but I don't have this tool with me and I don't want to compare them because it really wouldn't be fair. So that's the reason why I use my regular brush, and I'm gonna do the same on this side. So I'm gonna use this attachment, have the airflow coming this way so that it goes like this. Push, start, and go. This side is done and we're at 2 minutes, so just almost close. So far, I would say they're very similar in how fast they dry. I'm gonna pull down the rest of my hair, and then I like to do this top section separately. Just FYI, I have weft extensions. So right here is my top weft, and the first section that I just did is my bottom row because I have 2 rows of weft extensions. So that's the reason why I dry them separately. We're gonna reset the clock, and I'm gonna do the Shark on this side. So we're done, and it's just over 3 minutes. One thing that I do want to mention is that like switching hands, you know, if your hand gets tired and you want to switch and hold it, if you grab right here, it's hot, like way hot. So just FYI, don't grab right there because it's still hot. This thing is smoking hot. We're gonna start the clock. We're gonna reset it. Okay, so we're done and it's right around 3 minutes. I'm not watching the clock, by the way. I turn it back to my Netflix that I'm watching. I'm not watching it as I'm timing it. So my hair is about 80% dry. I use the bigger Airwrap from Dyson, but these are not the same size. So they're not gonna be the same size of curl. So this is gonna be a smaller, tighter curl than the Dyson. You can already see the difference. And this is how it compares to the smaller size. I would say this one from Shark is in between these two sizes from Dyson. So let's actually find out what the size is because I'm not sure. So this one from Dyson, it says it's 1.2 inches. And the one from Shark says that it is a 1.25 inch. I don't think they're the same. I mean, look, they're not the same. There's no way they're the same. I'm gonna use the big one because I don't think that these two would match. This one from Dyson is a 0.8 inch. And so this one would definitely not be comparable. And I don't use the smaller one. PS, I use the larger one, just personally. The size of the curl may not look the same, just FYI. This one from Shark might be a little bit smaller of a curl because of that. I have done a full video about how to use the Dyson, and I will link that video in the description box, but I like my curls to go away from my face. So we're gonna start with the Shark first, and I'm gonna use this one because it's away from my face. Sections about like this. We are going to, what I'm noticing right away about the Shark is that all of the turn it on and off is right here. The cool shot is right here, which is gonna be easy, but the Dyson, everything is right here, and it's so much easier because you're not holding it from the base. Like I don't hold it from down here. I hold it from right here because I have more control. So right away, I'm noticing that turning this on and off is gonna be a little bit more difficult. That's one thing that I'm noticing that's different. So we're gonna turn it on. Yeah, that's a much smaller curl than the Dyson, but it's the same concept. It just, the curl is a little smaller. And it's hard to get used to having the controls down here at the bottom because it's like you're holding your hair with one hand and then you got to kind of like maneuver this down to the bottom of this base and turn it on. You're going to have to use two hands to do this. Just something to think about. Okay, so this side is done, so you guys can see it. That's what it looks like. This is the time that I grab my ORIBE texture spray. And while the curls are cooling down, this will kind of give them some texture. So we're gonna start with the Dyson. So the Dyson side is done. That's what they look like. They are a little bit looser of a curl than the Shark, but I suspected that would happen. One of them is off on their sizes. I'm not sure which one, but you can see that the Shark side is much curlier. So if I go like this, you can see it's much curlier than the Dyson. Okay, right off the bat, when I was using the Shark, the cool shot just doesn't feel like it's a cooling. There's a definite difference between that. There's a definite difference between the cool shot of the Shark versus the Dyson. The Dyson, you can feel the air getting cooler. With the Shark, not at all. Like, I don't even know that I'm pushing the button, and I'm like, is my button broke? But I'm pushing it and holding it down because it's right here, and it's not doing it. So the reason for the cool shot is to cool the curl down. It makes the curl last longer. It kind of sets the curl. You always want to do a cool shot when using the air wrap because you know, you're using so much heat to give it that curl. In order to lock the curl, the cool shot for like 10 seconds cools it down and gives it that curl. Okay, so let's move to the top. I just had my bangs, I don't know what they call it, like textured, and they're so short. Look at this. I didn't mean it to be short. I just wanted them not so thick. So they're short. Anyway, I use the round brush on my top. I am going to pin this hair and I'm going to split this hair in half. Okay. So this side, I'm going to use this tool for the shark. And on this side, I'm going to use the round brush just so we can see how they work. Oh, not this. This. My bad. This. I'm going to use this. I kind of like that the round brush is bigger. I'm not going to lie. I do really like the round brush on this. I wish that the Dyson would come out with a larger round brush. That's one thing that I wish they had. I'm going to go ahead and do this with the round brush. Now I immediately go to the air wrap and I am going to air wrap this part. So I'm going to split that in two. See how I'm saying it's a little hard with those buttons down there. Yeah, that cold shot is just not working on this. I mean, it cools it the time, like it's not as hot, but it's not cool. Okay, so we'll see how it looks once I get it done as far as volume goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest. I like the size of this, but the cool shot isn't as effective as the Dyson. I don't know that it does you all that much good because if you're familiar with using a round brush to dry your hair, it's always recommended to, you know, even if you're just using a brush, like a round brush and drying with a regular dryer, it's always smart to, like the last 10 seconds, shoot it with the cool so that it will set the curl. So, or set the volume in this case. So just FYI, the cool shot is not the best on this shark. Okay, so I know this all looks crazy, but I want you guys to see that the Dyson has already kind of relaxed and this is still pretty curled. So it's definitely a tighter curl. I'm now going to take some texture spray, put it here in my roots. Texture spray kind of dirties up your hair. And then I like to flip my hair over and kind of shake up the curls. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I need some hairspray. Now I need to grab my gray spray. Hold on. And I use the ORIBE one. This one is the Root Touch Up in dark brown. So see my grays right there? Watch this. It's magic. You got to give it a good shake though. If you don't give it a good shake, it don't work very good. Gone. Gone. Gray hairs, where? Okay. Shark side, Dyson side. Big difference. This side is curlier for sure. And I'm not mad at the curl. I mean, it's pretty curl. This side is just a little bit more loose. Okay, so let's look at the back. Shark side, Dyson side. So I'm done with my hair. I'm gonna go about the rest of my day and see how this hair works. Like see if this curl lasts all day. I'm just gonna come back in a few hours later on this evening and we're gonna look at it and we're gonna see how each of these compare and how they hold up, because that's going to be a true test. I've been using the Dyson for 2 years. I know how it works. I know how it lasts. I know all about it, but I am very curious to see how this side lasts. I don't feel like I could give it a review, a real review, without showing you guys what it looks like several hours later, because that's the true test. So I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here, and I will see you guys all later on this evening in my final thoughts. Okay, everyone, it's been a few hours since I filmed, and it is currently 10:48 at night. So I said it wrong in the intro. For some reason, I said 1:30 and it was actually 3:30. I don't know why I said that. You know, sometimes it just things come out of my mouth that I don't understand. It's been a very long day. I'm exhausted. My eyes are red. I'm ready to go put my pajamas on, get my makeup off. I also wanted to mention I've been wearing this all day and it's still on. This is from earlier today when I filmed. This is the Fenty. They only had like one shade or maybe two in stock. Can't read it. I'll put it down here. It's the lip stain. I can't read what it says. That writing is hella small. This is like the orange color, and boy, does it stain your lips. I hope she comes out with these in like toned down colors because they're really pretty. Let's go ahead and look at the hair. As you can tell, it's much more relaxed now several hours later. This is the Dyson side, and this is the Shark side. So you can see that the Shark side still kind of has that curl to it versus the Dyson. This is the Shark side. This is the Dyson side. Obviously, there's still more curl with the Shark. But here's the thing with that though. You could get the same type of curl, maybe a little bit tighter, if you use the smaller barrel in the Dyson. So it's, you know, the curl is the here nor there. Let's get into the pros and the cons. The pros are the price. The price, it's fantastic. I mean, the Dyson is $600. This is roughly, you know, $250, $275 if you buy the big bundle. But at the end of the day, you're saving a significant amount of money, right? So the price difference is fantastic. And I'm a Dyson lover and I love my Dyson. And with that said, will I start using the Shark? No, I'm gonna still use my Dyson for a few reasons, because there are things that I like more about the Dyson than I did the Shark. Number one, the cool shot. The cool shot is just not very effective in the Shark. The cool shot, like I mentioned several times in the testing process, the cool shot doesn't feel like it's a cool air. And I'm not saying that the Dyson is all of a sudden cold, but it's not the hot air. And this Shark just doesn't really have it, but it still holds up. So even without the cool shot, I still have some curl left. So that's here nor there, right? My biggest complaint with this tool is all of this down here. This is frustrating. And coming from someone that uses a Dyson, when you're holding the Dyson, everything is right here and you flick it with your fingers. With this, you have to slide your hand all the way down to the bottom, and that's a pain. It's just something you have to get used to. So I like the Dyson setup better than this one. Other problematic thing that I'm noticing is the filter. They should have found a way to take this filter off, like somehow able to clean it better. I can see this being a issue in the future. And the reason why I say that is because I have to clean my filter probably every 2 to 3 months on my Dyson. This right here, it'll start blinking red and it'll kind of shut off. That's the only thing that I feel like is a little tricky with this new Shark. I would just make sure that you clean this often. I would clean it with a toothbrush every couple of weeks or something. That's my suggestion, just to keep the whole dryer functioning, right? I also wanted to mention that the warranties are the same. So the Dyson and the Shark both offer a 2-year warranty. The one thing that's a minor difference, it's not a big deal, but when you order the Dyson, you get like a train case and also a travel case. The Shark doesn't come with that. So the Shark doesn't have a case that you can put it in. I personally love the case because I keep everything down in there, right? This is what it looks like. And then I keep the train case case in my closet. That's here nor there. I mean, I'm doing comparisons, so I'm giving you guys all of the differences, right? Overall, this is a really nice tool and it gets my stamp of approval. I'm really impressed with it. I'm impressed with the way that it does do what the Dyson does. There are some differences between the two tools, but overall, it does do what the Dyson does. I feel like it's better than the Dyson? No. But do I feel like it's a fantastic option if you don't want to spend all of the money on the Dyson? Absolutely. If you order it from their website, I will link it down in the description box down below. If you order it from their website, they do offer a firm, which is fantastic. So you can just pay payments on it, make it easy. If you're someone that already has the Dyson and you're just curious how the Shark compares, I think that your Dyson is built a little better and it has better options. There's things that makes the Dyson better, but the Shark is a fantastic tool for those of you that have not wanted to spend the $600 on a Dyson. This is a great option. It really is. I'm kind of impressed. There's been a lot of brands out there that have done something similar to this, and I don't feel like they got it right. But I feel like even though there's some things about it that I don't love, it's still far better than some of the others that I've seen out on the market. So that is my overall thoughts on this. Sound off down below. How many of you guys are curious about this Shark? Are you thinking about picking it up? What are your thoughts? Sound off down below. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.